What's up YouTube? I'm just another guy and welcome back to the Welsh Way here with Aberystwyth Town. So end of season update. Uh, basically, I only want to do end of season updates now just because it's pretty predictable what happens in the domestic league. I mean, look here, yet again we've won the league title. It was a real shame that we couldn't really progress anywhere in terms of the Champions League last year. But that's something I'm going to be hopefully improving on next year. And, well, I think with some of the signings we've made already coming into next season, we're looking like we're going in the right direction. We look like we're signing a good quality of player now, and definitely made some mistakes last year when I was signing players. You know, being a professional team, a whole new load of people came available to me to try and sign it. I went a bit crazy. I went a bit foolish, and I took the wrong approach definitely, and in the end that cost us, I think, the European places. And yeah, we're definitely going to be doing a little better this year. But we won the league, and we ended up getting top goal scorers in the form of Wyn James. Sadly, we weren't the overachievers, but that's a good thing, because at least a team that actually deserved it got the overachievement award. Newly promoted team, were expected to finish 12th, ended up walking away in 9th position, and a team that did actually underachieve got the underachievers of the year, and Afin Lido ended up getting relegated this season. So, the league table itself, we won, walked away with the title, beating TNS by 6 points, only losing one game, and I bet if you were to put your money on who we lost against, you'd probably get it wrong. Because we lost our only game of the season against Bala. Which, when I lost the game, as well, when you've seen the fixtures, the time I lost the game was really weird as well. We were on a very good run of form for our standard anyway, because obviously we win a lot of our games, but we were on an amazing run of form, and Bala just beat us out of nowhere. And it was just a strange result. But scored 105 goals this season, the first time we've ever scored over 100 goals in this series, and we only conceded 18 goals this season. Absolutely incredible, but the goal scoring record was emphatic. You know, TNS for the past few years have scored, I think, more goals than us. 93, I believe, is the highest. 92, yeah, 93 last season was their highest. And they've improved by 1 this year, but we went ultra. We were amazing going forward. 105 goals, that's incredible. And in the end, we did deserve to walk away with the title, as, you know, through most years we do. So let's talk about the league itself, because that's something I like to do. So we've improved our reputation, and again, we're up to now the 74th best league in Europe, which I believe is 10 more than we were last year. Let's double check. I think we were 84 last season. Wait, we're 74 now. Yeah, we went up 10 positions, which is good. And considering how relatively poor we didn't do at Champions League, the fact that we didn't progress through the first round of entry, it was helped out massively, I think, the increase of our league reputation by the fact that TNS progressed through past their entry round, winning 5-1 on aggregate that time, and I believe another team did as well. Yeah, Bala ended up progressing past their entry round as well, beating a semi-pro team from the Faroe Islands. I think we've actually played them before as well. Let me just double check that, because I feel like I played them in the Champions League. Yeah, we did, yeah. And we beat them. So, yeah, that was good to see that at least 2 teams were out of there. I think Bangor City as well, yeah, they did. They played in Europe, but sadly they lost 6-1. So, I think the league increase in terms of reputation was hugely thanks to the likes of Bala and TNS for doing as well as they did. And we did beat Sligo in one of the legs, so I think that as well helped a little bit to gain our reputation. Which means we're now, what is Finland's highest division? Is it the first division? No, they have the Premier League. So we're now higher than the Finnish second division. Still not as high as reputation as the Northern Irish Premier Division. That's something we're going to want to try and improve on in the upcoming years. We need to really start increasing our reputation now. If we can get into top 50, that'll be incredible. What that means for the qualifications and the things like that, you know, our round of entries, how that does there. It means that we are now the 40th best nation in Europe, just behind Northern Ireland there. The likes of Azerbaijan have jumped up there. If you can remember way back when we originally got the first news that we could now qualify in the second qualifying phase, I think we overtook Azerbaijan and took their position, and they ended up qualifying in the first qualifying phase. They've increased as a league themselves massively, but we're now, you know, mixing up there with quite a few big nations. Well, not massive nations, I should say, but quite a few, at least, decent nations in terms of football. You know, Montenegro below us now, Macedonia below us. I feel in the next few years we'll definitely be jumping over the likes of Northern Ireland, Azerbaijan, Latvia, just because we are a decent footballing nation. Like I said, when we go into transfers in a second, and I show you the players we've able to sign, I believe they're well beyond the capabilities of beating a lot of these teams in these nations. So, and also nation coefficients, we should be 40th. Yeah, we are. So that is based on the coefficient of all your teams, I believe, added together in the nation. So England way up there, obviously, and us all the way down here. But we just need to keep on doing well. Hopefully TNS, Bala, and maybe Banger can progress through, and hopefully we'll progress through this season, and that'll just help us increase our reputation, increase the coefficient ranking, increase our qualification places as well. So that is all I really want to talk about here. Let's go into the transfers though, because there is some massive news here and definitely some surprise signings. We're currently £900 a week over our wage budget. That will go down come 30th of June though, when all the contracts are expired and people are released, so I have no worry there. But transfer history. We'll start with the ins, because that's definitely the more interesting side. So, last time I met you off, we did all these loan signings and did quite a few silly loan signings, these guys were, and that was a massive mistake by me. Next guy we brought in was Alistair Lay, 18 years of age. Only got him on a 1-year deal. I am trying to sign him down to another one. Like, don't worry about that. But former Arsenal trainee, he played for Boston United at the Skrill Prem last season. Came in this year and became our first choice goalkeeper. Decent report, decent stats on him. Overall, the fact that he's 18 was a massive reason I wanted to play him. He has the ability to grow. He is, I believe, how old is Whitehouse? 21. So he's 3 years younger than Whitehouse, which is one of the main reasons I wanted to try and grow this guy. For some reason, it doesn't say here that he can be, homegrown in Wales. Normally they tell you how many days they have to be in a nation before they can be eligible for that nationality. Because I'd hopefully try and make this guy Welsh. He's not played for any England setup. But that doesn't have the information there, so I don't know why not. I mean, he's under 18. He is homegrown in England, but I'm sure you can still be eligible for another country even if you're homegrown in England. But whatever, this guy played pretty decent this year for us. I compared him to Whitehouse's season last year, and he played 2 more games than Whitehouse did last season this year. Kept, I think it was the same amount of clean sheets, but conceded 2 less goals. So overall, he had a good year basically for a debutant year in the division and for the club as well. Like I said, hopefully I will tie him down for a new deal. I haven't yet. Time is ticking on, but that'll be something I'll be looking to do in the next few weeks. Now the next signing, this guy was signed very late, and it's quite a weird story of how I signed him and why I signed him. So I was playing this game, and my brother came in my room and I was playing it, and he was like, "What are you with?" And I was like, "Oh, 2021. That's eight seasons ahead." And so he was like, "Oh, search these players for me. I want to see what these players are still playing football." So he was naming players, listing them off like Bale, like Ronaldo and Messi. And then I remember looking at Bale, and I was like, "Oh, Bale. I'll show him my brother Bale because he's fallen from grace. He's now at Hertha." And when I looked him up, he was on free transfer. Gareth Bale was released by Real Madrid this season. I mean, this season, 2020/2021 season. And I was like, wow, Gareth Bale is free. And I went to sign him, and he was like, yeah, give me 2 point something grand a week, and I joined. I managed to get him down to 1.9 grand a week. Also had to put a few clauses in his contract, though, like 13 grand a year, player of the year bonus. 13 grand a year, that's a bit crazy. Also, minimum fee release clause 100k, relegation release clause £0 a week. Basically, I don't think we're going to get relegated, but I don't think he knows the league well enough, so I put that in there. And also, manager/contract job or release clause. So if someone tried to snap him up as a coach, he'd leave, but he's got terrible coaching stats. So I doubt that's going to happen. And plus, he wants to be a head of youth development, and basically, I don't think he's got the stats for that. But basically, we got Gareth Bale, 83 caps for Wales, 23 goals for Wales. Former Real Madrid player, former Tottenham player, never actually won any major award at Madrid. Won a Super Cup with them in 2015. Won the Spanish Cup twice, 2015, 2017. Won the Liga BBVA with them 4 times. And basically the reason he's fallen from grace, is because he's picked up a lot of injuries that have just hampered him. He's broken his ankle a few times. I looked through this originally. He's strained his knee ligaments 3 times, you can see there, in quite a short space of times, and that's why he's no longer wanted, because as a winger you pretty much need your pace, you need certain stats if you want to be a very good winger, and because of his injuries, them stats declined massively. But this is a great capture for the side. And despite his age, he's still a very good player for us at the club. He's improving the left side of the pitch, which is an area of the side that we aren't exactly amazing in. And he got a winner's medal on his debut. So we won the treble. I didn't actually mention that, but we won the treble this season. And he came in just before our Welsh Cup final game against Athen Lido, who were relegated. And what I did is I played a weakened team in the league. And then because my brother was talking to me all that stuff, I completely forgot I was going to play my strong team in the league. So Bale ended up starting the game along with my second choice team. And I think he scored a free kick. He scored a hell of a free kick. Yeah, he scored 2 goals. One amazing free kick. I think he ended up getting injured as well. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But he got a player of the match performance, scored 2 goals in his debut, walked away with a winner's medal. So Gareth Bale, one hell of a signing. And now these 2 guys are players that didn't sadly play for this season, but they're signing for next seasons. I'll show you them now though, because they are amazing signings. So Dylan Rees, 24-year-old, 27 under-21 caps for Wales and 2 goals for the under-21s as well. 24 years of age, so he's not exactly at a young age, but his history is pretty good. So he started his career at Cardiff, has bounced around a little bit, played in the Skilled Premier, as of recently, League 2 side Notts County, and he was released by Cardiff. And so I saw him there and I thought we need to snap this guy up ASAP. He's a very good player, a very good report on him. And again, our winger positions aren't exactly very good. So a guy like this coming in, only £725 a week, we needed him. And I feel he's a decent level player. And then the last guy we signed, the latest guy we signed very recently, this month, is Billy Alessandra. Okay, he's English, he's not Welsh, but them stats are incredible. He is an absolute beast of a player and a magnificent capture for us. I mean, that finishing composure, I don't think anyone in the league can compete with him. He's 23 and our coaches all reckon and scouts all reckon that he can improve in the future. So that's something I'm going to be looking out for. And when you look at his career, he's not done anything very noticeable. But he's got some very nice stats on him. So I don't know what Crew didn't see in him. But I see a very good player and someone that will hopefully do well in Europe for us next season. So those are the transfers in, but definitely these last 3 guys are very good signings, and I think they're great captures for the side. Out, nothing really too important to point out, I don't believe. A lot of loans. James O'Neill was released on a free, lack of first team football, he's now retired. Madritha, Allen, Smolika, Lewis, Whitehouse, James Crawford, Lloyd, Hugh Griffiths, Kevin Bland, Devland, Alston and Crawford were all loaned out. I guess a few notable ones are Terry Whitehouse went to Bolton. They said he would play key football, but sadly he didn't. I ended up having to recall him. He never made an appearance for Bolton. That was disappointing. Kevin Bland went on loan to Leicester, and he still is there. He'll be returning soon. Leicester, a team struggling in League 1. They ended up getting relegated, sadly, but he played 13 games there, which is very decent. Didn't have a very good time. He was our first choice right back as well, but I decided go out to England, see if he could get a little bit of experience there. He chose Leicester over Walsall. Now, Walsall were battling for promotion. Leicester were battling for relegation. He decided to go relegation zone, though. I don't know why. But that experience is very good to have. He'll be coming back into the first team next season. Elsewhere, Cian Lloyd went out on loan to Falkirk. This wasn't really needed at the side. And Hugh Griffiths went on loan to Walsall. Again, wasn't really needed at the side, didn't really care if he played or not. Because they're both kind of on their way out, Lloyd and Griffiths. But those were transfers in and out. Most noticeably, the ins at the end of the season, latter stages of the season, were pretty incredible. Let's go on to our fixtures. I'm not going to go through these, too in detail, just because, well, it's predictable what happened. But at the start of the season, we started off incredibly, but just because the fact we don't have any Europa League this season, group stages, we could just play our full team all the time. And our first team squad is probably well beyond the level of this league now. So we beat Port Talbot 6-1 and Carusses 6-0. We drew against TNS. That was a disappointing draw to take. We then went back straight away. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. I think that was. I can count that right. 3, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 clean sheets in a row. That's incredible, including victories against Port Talbot in the Cup and Carusses in the Cup. Drew 3-3 with Carusses in the third round of the Scottish Cup. Or the Welsh Cup, sorry. No, I was Scottish there. Played my second team, actually, rotated team. And had to really fight for this game, which was surprising. In the end, a penalty saved us, forced it to extra time and penalties. Won 15-14 on penalties, which was quite nervy. They had a man sent off as well, so they ended up circling back round before we'd actually finished all our penalty kick takers. Good to see Whitehouse managed to score for us there. Last time he took a penalty, I believed he missed. Actually, no, he last time he took a penalty, he scored it, but before that he missed. So that was a pretty fortunate way to get through there. I thought I was going to get knocked out of the cup. Then beat TNS in the Premier League Cup semi-final, which was a very nice thing because that way we didn't have to face them in the cup final, and we played very well against them and did decently. Elsewhere, following that, just a couple of book standard victories. Drew to TNS once more in the league. To me, at least, we weren't losing. We still had that undefeated streak going. A Simon James penalty, killing us there. Then, this is what I'm on about. Our form was just so weird. We beat Ryle 9-0. 9-0. Eddie Hislop with a hat-trick, coming in for the injured strikers we had at the side. Wyn James scored a double. An own goal put us on our way. Gavin Davies, Carwyn Drake and Burrell all got goals as well. We won 9-0 against Ryle. Then to follow that, we faced a newly promoted team, Carnarford. I probably pronounced that wrong, massive apologies. But again, 8-0. Wyn James this time with a hat-trick, getting a penalty in the 8th minute to round it off. Simon James scored a penalty earlier on. Ryden Davis and Gavin Davies scoring. And Eddie Hislop getting his 4th in 2 games. And then we lost to Bala. I honest to God thought at this stage in the season we were just going to go on a rampage and score 5 goals over constantly for the rest of the season. But Bala beat us, and they didn't deserve to. It was just a joke. They took the lead and we got one back. I was like, alright, we're back in the game now, we're 1-1, let's go on and absolutely dominate them. But we did dominate them. We never got a goal. Complete bizarreness there. That makes absolutely no sense how we can lose 2-1 at home to them as well. And then we went on for the rest of the season undefeated, again as you would expect. A surprise draw to Kevin Drudes. That was quite a weird result to pick up. Beat Corwin in the Cup 3-0, got revenge on Bala. In the Premier League, Craig Neal getting his first hat-trick for the club, I believe. Don't think he got a hat-trick previously. No, it was a few Wyn James ones and David Hislop and Eddie Hislop. So Craig Neal's first hat-trick for the club, 4-1. Beat TNS for the first time this season. Yeah, first time in the season in the league, all the way down there, so it was quite a long wait to win that. Elsewhere, beat our rivals Bangor City 3-0, beat Airbus UK, our second team beat them 4-0 in the Welsh Cup quarter-final. Beat TNS in the Welsh Cup semi-final, never actually faced TNS in the final this season, which was decent because at least that way we didn't have to face them on the big occasion. And managed to actually do pretty well against them. 3-2 win, decent result. Would have liked to have won a bit more comfortably, but like I said, decent as long as we got through. That was the main thing. Then Premier League Cup final, we beat Bala 2-0. Maybe the only team to beat us this season, but they weren't taking the Premier League Cup away from us after waiting so long to finally get it again. David Hislop and Tristan Huell getting on the score sheet there. And then last game of the season, like I say, Afin Lido in the Welsh Cup ended up facing up against Gareth Bale. And I think it was his first goal for the club after just 5 minutes. He scored one hell of a goal for the club. It was pretty incredible. And this is something you'd expect Gareth Bale to do, no matter how old he is. Score a lovely free kick. That was trademark Bale, and that made me smile because I was like, I spent all this money on this guy. Well, not all this money, but I've got a massive wage on this guy. I'm going to play him in his first game. He's only been at the club for about 2 days, I think, at this time. And he scored a wonderful free kick, and then he scored another one in the 43rd minute. Might as well have a look at that. But look at that. We were all over Afin Lido, and this is my second team. Second team this is, with the exception of Gareth Bale. So that was pretty good there. So overall, good season. Sad we lost the one game, and really massively choked that we couldn't, play well against Sligo Rovers. Ended up having to play a lot of friendlies to try and bring in a bit of money and then raise morale up at the end. Facing the English Welsh teams and beating them in a decent result there in Colwyn Bay, and beating Newport County, I believe, are a conference team now. Yeah, they are. So that's it for the league. We're going to go into our rewards. Awards as we often do. So player of the month here. Wyn James picking up there. And David Hislop picking up there. And Ryden Davis picking up there. Player of the year went to Nicky Jack. And I'm going to quickly cut in a little bit of the video here and just talk about this award. Alright guys, this is just a bit I've pre-recorded. Hopefully I put this in the end of season update. But these are the candidates, for the Welsh Premier League Player of the Year. And here is Nicky Jack. Well, you can do this vote. You have a time period slot to do this in, which is you have up until the 4th of May to do so. So I have a month to do this, and it's basically, I think, just after the end of the season you have to officially have everything in. But I always do it straight away because I just feel you already get a good indication of who's done well the whole season. So what I normally do is I do an average rating, I organise it via that, and then I place my votes. Sometimes a little bit biasly because Gavin O'Brien is a player of ours, so I put him at number 1. Then I do it based upon who probably deserves it most. So I do it on Elliot Durrell. I don't normally like giving it to people in on loan, so I'll probably end up giving place free to Grant Hobbs. But what is annoying me, just by looking at this, and I was staring at it and I was thinking, well, one player's missing, and it's Wyn James. So Colin Drake's had an amazing year, and he probably won't go on and win it. I think it'll probably end up going to Nicky Jack. I think that was said one of the highest, who is most likely to get it currently. Gavin Davis and Nicky Jack, which I don't know why Colin Drake's not being noticed, but he's not. But remember that, okay? Remember Nicky Jack, 30 appearances, 30 starts, 1 substitute appearance, 26 goals, 13 assists, with 7 Player of the Match awards, 7.66 average match rating. That's pretty good. He's a striker, I believe. Yeah, he's a striker, so that's pretty good. But if we go on my team, and of course this is hopefully going to go at the end of season review, so it doesn't really matter what you see on this screen. But if we go there, and we go on Wyn James, and we go on his history, and we go on this season, 28 games, 31 goals, 8 assists, 9 Player of the Match awards, 7.88 average match rating. If I go on the player stats right now, he is currently the top goal scorer in the league. He is currently the highest average match rating in the league. He's currently won the most games in the league. He's currently got the 5th highest average match rating in the league. Where is he in his Player of the Match awards? Well, that's what I want to look for. He's top in that. Where is he in terms of what else? Assists. He is currently 10th in that. I'm sorry, did I miss something? Because that guy's not in the candidates list, and he's arguably the best player in the league right now. And I don't know, maybe. No, this isn't. I know for a fact he didn't win this award, but maybe it's because he won this award. But I know for a fact he didn't. He came second. So why isn't he in this award? He'll probably end up picking up something like Young Player of the Year, but he's the best player in this division. How can you have a goal scoring record like that and not be on the candidates list? That's just downright weird. So, anyway, I'll get back to the episode. I guess I just got to try and find a way to slot this in anyway, but anyway, back to the episode. Alright, so, anyway, back to this. Manager of the Year. I ended up picking that up. Again, you'd expect that whoever wins this league pretty much walks away with it. Team of the season, at least Wyn James got a little bit of recognition here, but we only actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players. Wait, yeah, 6 players in this team of the year. Pretty weird considering how well we did. One of our ex-players though, popping in here, Chris Reeves, a former player of ours, actually scored one of the goals in the game Bala beat us in. But yeah, it's surprising to see as many TNS players in this game, but Nicky Jack had a pretty good season. But surely Wyn James is better. Stupid. And Young Player of the Year went to Colin Drake, so Wyn James didn't even pick that up. Didn't even get recognised for his amazing year. But those are the awards for the league, for the nation of Wales. How do I get on Wales? I have to click on here. For the nation of Wales, Footballer of the Year went to Aaron Ramsey, Ben Davies and Joe Allen at Shakhtar. Young Player of the Year, Wyn James got recognised, finishing runners-up yet again. But when you look at Sean Burrows, I think I understand why he's going to get Young Player of the Year. 20 years of age, 34 games, 20 goals, 3 assists, 7.01 average match rating. Okay, not as good of a record as Wyn James, but he's playing at the championship level for Brighton. And also Premier League level, for Swansea, as was at the start of this year, calendar year. I can understand why he's getting that award. He's playing at a much higher level than Aberystwyth. But still, good season for Wyn James. Good to see he's getting recognised at least in some way, shape or form. Sadly, the league don't really like him. He must be too good for them. That can be the only explanation. But let's look at the team itself before we wrap this episode up. And Actually, I'll talk about facilities after this as well. So the team itself, we've had a little bit of a rotated team this season. Like halfway through the year, I started changing opinions on players. Decided I wanted to aim more for certain, players to develop and things like that. So appearances, we had Alistair play, I think, all but 2 games for the side. I think he played every game in the league, did he? No, he didn't play every game in the league, did he? No. Because in the latter stage of the season, I was playing second squad. So no one managed to play every game this year. In fact, Simon James is the highest appearance player at the side, featuring in 34 games. So that's a decent record for him. Top goal scorer, Wyn James, 33 goals. David Hislop getting 20. Craig Neal getting 13. Eddie Hislop getting 10. 4 strikers there were incredible this season. But not only that, Carwyn Drake almost got double figures for a centre-back. Ryden Davis got 7 assists for 7 goals for only 14 starts, which is a decent record as well. Assists, a load of assists popping around. Look at that, Wyn James got 8, overall contributing 41 goals, that's good. Eddie Hislop got 8, again, contributing 18 goals. David Hislop got 12 assists, Craig Neal 15, and Gavin Davis got 17. He's currently on the bench here because I really think... Well, basically, here's my logic behind why he won't be a starter next season. Gavin Davis has the potential to be a 3.5-star player. And then if we go down to my current right mid, Dylan Rees, he's currently a 4.5-star player. So I could either play Gavin Davis and hope that one day he is as good as Dylan Rees, or I can play Dylan Rees, who's a good player, and hope that he can grow grow very slowly, but still grow and maybe become a slightly better player. I'd rather play Rees. So Gavin Davis, despite being young, despite having a few good years with us, he'll be a backup player for next season. Player of the Match awards, I'm pretty sure you know who's going to get the most there. It's obviously going to be Wyn James. Craig Neal got 5 as well. Craig Neal had a decent year with us, and I'm not sure yet whether I'm going to be signing him down. Actually, I did sign him down to a new deal, but I weren't sure originally whether I was going to be signing him down to a new deal. And it wasn't until I reached the end of the season, that was done, and I was looking at my team, I decided, yeah, I do want Craig Neal to stay. He's a decent player for us, and the fact he's still got potential to grow, and he's a decent player for us. He played all right as a backup player. Remember, only 18 starts, he contributed 28 goals. That's a good record, and that's a player I want to keep at the side. I never complained either. It don't mean he won't complain in the future, but he never complained only getting a bit role in the club. Average match rating, who was our highest? It was, of course, Gareth Bale's 9.2, but realistically, it is, of course, Wyn James, 7.76, but look how many people got over 7. That's incredible. Even if you only started 6 games or 7 games, still to get over a 7 rating and just being thrown into the side, it's good, and it's a shame to see our keeper couldn't get an over 7 average match rating. And I don't understand why he's only valued at £80 a week. It may be because his contract's running out. But still, overall, a fantastic year for the side. Massive shame that we just couldn't get far in Champions League football this year. So that's the team. Tactical still playing. It's still the same old 4-4-2. Play wider and retain possession roles. Haven't shown you the tactic in a while, really, apart from at the start of the Champions League. But nothing changes there. I'll be playing this formation next year in the Champions League as well. I'm not going to be playing this dodgy formation I was trying to build up throughout the season went on. I was thinking maybe I should play more defensively. Maybe I should always put 2 up front. I just thought about it for ages and ages and ages. I kept on tinkering around with this. I had things like, there, if I can move him, I had Gunter like there, and then I was playing things, maybe I should play things like this, or stupid, I was playing like weird things. I was just messing around with it, seeing if I could play certain things. I just decided near the end of the season, why am I going to be going in the Champions League and just saying, I'm going to surrender playing my football? I feel this team is good, the squad is strong. We've got players being chased, like Carwyn Drake being chased by Premier League and Championship teams. And so why am I going to underestimate myself? I should just play the best team I possibly can and play the best tactic I possibly can. So that's what I'm going to be doing in the Champions League next season. Financially, we're not doing too well, but hopefully good Champions League run this year will improve that. And we did originally have our youth facilities plan, and then I asked for training facilities, and they delayed our youth facilities, and they cancelled it. So we're going to be getting our training facilities upgraded. Overall, I'd rather have training facilities improved than our youth facilities that can wait. But I really need a good run next year in Europe to try and bring in as much money as I can, because I just need to start improving my facilities now and just because the quicker we can get basically the tip-top training facilities and the tip-top youth facilities, the sooner we can, be recognised as an absolutely major footballing elite, because of the better facilities, better coaching staff, everything would be handy dandy. So that's a bit of a weird saying, but this can be it for now, guys. I don't think there's anything else to really talk about. I don't think anything changed in the information screen. Luke Edge actually became a legend. Wow, I didn't even know that myself. Luke Edge became a legend at the side. He didn't even play a major. He hasn't played a major role on the side for about 2 years. What can you say? Some fans just love players. Sadly, James Neal, next player of ours, is retired, which is a shame. Yeah, this is going to be it for now. Next time I'll meet you back will be the Champions League second qualifying phase, and I will tell you now who it is against. Actually, no, I won't, because I can't remember the name. Because I've played ahead. So I guess you just have to wait and find out. So until next time, guys, peace out.